The Montgomery, Alabama Korean Festival 2016. Experiencing Korea in Bonn, Germany. Hanbok propels Hallyu in Turkey. Shenzhen, the city of startups. Spreading Korean culture in New Zealand. Korean artist lights up Paris. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-mi. The world's oldest woman in the world has shared her secrets to longevity. 116-year-old Italian Emma Morano said that she always eats 2 raw eggs and cookies every day, and that she has been doing it since she was 20 based on advice from a doctor for her anemia. At the time, the doctor also advised that she have a boiled egg as well. Morano claims to have stuck to this diet ever since, and by her calculations, she must have had more than 100,000 eggs since then. Of course, other factors probably played a part in her longevity, but you cannot ignore the kind of effort she showed by sticking to the same diet for 90 years. How about coming up with one daily habit for your health? On that note, let's turn to our first story today. The U.S. city of Montgomery, Alabama, is home to some 10,000 Koreans, and it hosted its first ever Korean festival. Despite the hot weather, visitors curious about Korea still turned out in large numbers. Let's find out more.
With a giant brush, the artist carefully draws each stroke. All eyes are on the beautiful letters of Hangul. This is a calligraphy performance at the first ever Montgomery, Alabama Korean Festival.
Now, maybe that's something that's common in Korea, but calligraphy is an art in itself, and he takes that art to a whole new level. Paper on the ground and a big brush that he sweeps with. And so now I can't read Korean yet. I'm working on it.
Montgomery was seen to be falling behind in the United States. The city regained vigor when a Korean automobile manufacturer and his partner firms moved in. Korean companies make up about 15% of the local economy, leading to interest in Korea and the establishment of the Korea Month.
미국에서 맞이하는 명절이 상당히 좀 서운하기도 하고 이렇게 했었는데 근본 코리안 페스티벌을 통해서 그런 어떤 고국에 대한 향수를 일정 부분 조금 이렇게 스스로 극복할 수 있는 그런.
Some improvements could have been made since only Koreans were involved in the organization. But the organizers aim to hold a better planned festival next year.
활속이라든가 그다음에 제기차기 우리 전통의 문화를 좀 더 강조하는 방향으로 우리가 내년에는 준비를 좀 해보도록 하겠습니다.
Despite the late heat wave hitting temperatures of 38 degrees Celsius, the event drew in a substantial crowd.
Moving on to our next story. Bonn, Germany is the birthplace of the celebrated composer Ludwig van Beethoven. And recently, it was where an event promoting Korean culture took place. It was an excellent opportunity for locals to get a first-hand experience of Korean culture. Let's take a closer look.
A taekwondo demonstration begins amid tension. As one performer breaks the bricks, the audience showers the martial artists with applause. The City Hall Square has become a venue for a Korean festival featuring Korean traditional music, performances, and food.
Also, das mit den Trommeln war super und auch das mit den Taekwondo, klasse. Am besten war der Mann, der mit dem Kopf versucht hat, den Steinblock kaputt zu machen.
Bonn, the birthplace of Beethoven, is now an international city with residents hailing from 180 nations. However, there are only about 400 Koreans, and there have been few opportunities to promote Korean culture. The Korean residents came together and held a Korean cultural festival last year and again this year.
우리 전통 문화에 대해서는 독일 국민들 또 이렇게 여기 사는 다른 외국인들이 잘 모르는 것 같습니다. 그래서 우리 전통 문화를 독일 국민들에게 또 이렇게 다른 외국인들에게 소개시키기 위해서
Internationale Stadt. Menschen aus fast 180 Nationen leben hier bei uns und deswegen ist die Korea-Woche eine wirkliche Bereicherung für unser Leben hier.
They also screened a Korean movie set in the 1960s and the 70s. For the older Korean expats, the movie brought back memories of their homeland.
처음부터 끝까지 그때가 저희 시대였으니까는 그렇죠. 그래서 모든 게 짱했어요. 끝날 때까지 약간 눈물도 흘리고요.
People of different ethnicities came together and enjoyed Korean culture.
Our next story takes us to Turkey. Despite the uncertainties clouding the country, Hallyu is still going strong, branching out from K-pop and dramas to Hanbok, Korean traditional dress. These changes are expanding the fan base across the generations. And recently, Turkish locals had the chance to experience Hanbok for themselves. Let's find out more.
Foreigners in Hanbok, or Korean traditional costume, walk on stage. They put their hands together in respect and greet the audience. They are experiencing Korean traditional etiquette firsthand.
Hanbok kıyafetinin ne kadar farklı ve güzel olduğunu öğrendik. Selamlamanın ne kadar çok saygı dolu olduğunu öğrendik.
For the first time in Turkey, there was an event dedicated to Hanbok. Some 40 sets of beautiful Hanbok were on display. The locals' interest seemed to confirm the potential of globalizing Hanbok.
Burada çok fazla hanbok var ve gerçekten çok dikkat çekici. Çok güzel gözüküyorlar. Kore kültürünü gerçekten çok iyi tanıtmışlar.
최대한 이제 우리 선을 살리되 조금 외국분들도 편하게 입으실 수 있는 기능으로 좀 해야 되지 않을까 이런 욕심이 많이 생기고 할 수 있으면 좀 편안하게.
Turkey is already at the heart of Hallyu. Among the younger generations, K-pop and Korean drama are the most popular forms of Korean culture. But with Hallyu spreading to other age groups, interest in Korean culture is expanding to other fields. Organizers of this event hope that Hanbok will bring in fans of all ages and further boost the popularity of Hallyu.
한류가 다양하게 퍼지고 있는데 그 중에 하나가 드라마나 주로 K-pop 중심으로 많이 이루어지는데 이런 한류도 있지만 한국에 좀 더 품위 있고 격 있는 또 다른 문화를 함께 경험한다는 측면에서
Next year marks the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Korea and Turkey. Perhaps Hanbok, featuring the unique soul of the Korean people, will start a new culture in Turkey, Korea's brother nation.
Moving on to our next story. Young startup hopefuls in China have turned their eyes to Shenzhen as the city is transforming from being a center of manufacturing to a center of startups. How did a small fishing village next to Hong Kong become a prime destination for startups? Let's take a closer look.
This woman is fast asleep. Music that helps her fall asleep is playing from the pillow. This is a smart pillow featuring a small speaker. It allows the users to hear music or the alarm regardless of what position they sleep in. Here, flat photos change into 3D images on the screen. These are all unique products made by new venture companies in Shenzhen, China.
最开始的时候，我们是在香港来开始创业的当然比较了深圳和香港两个地方之后呢，我们发现在深圳的环境会更好一些。
Shenzhen used to be called the world's factory and was the center of China's manufacturing. Now it is rapidly transforming into an ideal city for startups. Entrepreneurs can partner with factories and benefit from Huacheng Bay, arguably the world's largest IT marketplace featuring everything from components to complete products. Since it is possible to do everything from manufacturing to retail here, there are 30,000 entrepreneurs involved in new joint ventures.
国家很支持。第二，我认为在深圳这个城市里面，它的互联网基因足够强大，它的创新的土壤也足够浓厚，这里的人们愿意为创新的产品去买单，愿意去接受它们。
the government takes care of legal issues concerning new businesses. The new startup support centers operated by the government provide education for budding entrepreneurs and bring investors and companies together. During the first half of last year, the government invested roughly $4.27 billion in startup support in Shenzhen.
那么跟我们类似的这样的创客中心的话呢，基本上在全深圳有200多家。我们的众创空间会有来自美国、法国，包括英国等等全球的一些创客。
所以法律会约束创新的部分。那我在这一边等于说我先创新之后，这边的法规再来约束我，所以在这边创业有非常大的优势。
Shenzhen has come far from its humble roots as a fishing village. It is China's first special economic zone and has an economic scale similar to that of Hong Kong. Shenzhen's success is driven by the government's generous investments and an infrastructure that can handle everything from manufacturing to retail.
Our next story takes us to New Zealand. Korean residents in New Zealand have taken upon themselves to promote Korean traditional culture in New Zealand, holding a Korean Day festival at an elementary school. Let's see how the festival was received.
A Taekwondo class is underway. As a classmate breaks a board for the first time, others respond with loud cheers.
It was exciting and it was fun to learn other cultures.
It's different to see your name written in Hangul with a brush. These are scenes from Korea Day held at a New Zealand elementary school.
우리 천천히 가는 문화, 깊이 생각하는 문화, 서둘지 않는 문화를 이질적인 이 서양 사람들한테 보여주고 정말 이런 것도 있구나. 세상 사는데 이런 게 참 좋구나. 그런 매력을 느낄 수 있도록.
The organizers for this event come from the Korean Promotion and Talent Donation Volunteer Group launched in May of this year. Korean residents felt that they needed to reach out and promote Korean culture to New Zealand's multicultural population.
It has encouraged students to look at other cultures as well as Korean culture and to get an understanding and awareness.
The organization has roughly 20 members. They're waiting for others to join them in their efforts to promote Korea.
한국에 대한 관심과 또 알고자 하는 수요는 계속 늘어나고 있는 추세이므로 뉴질랜드 주류 사회 속으로 더 활동이 확대되고 뻗쳐나가야 된다고 봅니다.
The organization will continue making trips to local elementary and middle schools and hold Korean cultural events there.
It's time for our last story today. Every year around this time, the White Night Festival opens in Paris, France, during which the night is brighter and more active than the day. Light-based artworks illuminate the city, and this year, a Korean artist was invited to exhibit his work. Let's take a closer look.
Midnight in Paris. The residents are still outside enjoying the festive atmosphere. The White Night Festival begins, fusing music and art that uses light. Old cathedrals and museums are open all night. This is when the night shines brighter than the day. The white light adds to the magnificence of the cathedral.
Ça, j'ai vraiment jamais vu de cette intégralité. Voilà, la performance, plus installation, art plastique, plus la sonorité.
The creator of this piece is Korean artist Han. Han put together an installation piece by connecting hundreds of used fluorescent lights in the form of a pipe organ.
공간에서 어떻게 이 작업을 표현할 수 있을지에 대해서 그래서 뭐 그런 건축 양식이라든지 그 성당이 주는 이제 그런 느낌에 대해서 좀 고민을 많이 했고.
The works showcased every October during the White Night Festival are made by the most talked about artist in Paris. It is practically unheard of for a piece by a Korean artist to brighten up downtown Paris.
Mais dans ce grand décor de l'église qu'il reçoit, avec la souplesse des néons qui dessinent une lumière, je pense que la matité de la silhouette qui va danser ou performer devant cette forme, ça va être très beau. Ça devrait être un grand succès.
Han, born in France, received the artistic streak from his sculptor father. He had always been observant and curious and seemed destined to become an artist. His works do not focus on one particular field, but rather transcend the boundaries of different genres. He believes that in art, there is no right answer.
작품을 봤을 때 여러 가지 관점으로 볼 수 있는 그런 작업을 하고 싶죠. 딱 이렇게 단정 지어서 이 작품은 뭐다 보다는 모든 사람들이 이제 봤을 때 여러 가지 관점으로 해석이 가능한 그런 작업을 하고 싶어요.
Along this vein, his work at the cathedral is titled Something That Exists But Is Invisible. He hopes that people will find their own answers and feel all ranges of emotions in his work.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. Over in the United States, 123-year-old Levi's blue jeans are expected to go up on auction. According to auction house Daniel Buck Auctions and Appraisals, the jeans were ordered for businessman Solomon Warner and were worn only a couple times. The jeans are expected to fetch tens of thousands of dollars. A truly vintage pair of jeans with a size 44 waist. What do you think it's worth? Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.